All right, all right, all right. What's up, people? Oh, we got some comments here. Hello, Masonry Company. What's up, man? Bivol versus a problem child. Hey, I mean, Bivol gets popular enough. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Jake Paul, you know, actually, I wouldn't be surprised. That's a super long shot. But unless Bivol did something like crazy, but even if Bivol even beat Beterbiev, that's even more of a reason why Jake Paul probably wouldn't fight him because, like, Jake Paul knows what it is. He's facing guys, that definitely have a chance of beating him, have fight experience, but they're not. Like, what did someone ask him? Someone asked him about David Benavidez, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm cool." So, but man, credit to the Jake Paul that people are even talking about him. You know what I mean? In like hardcore boxing circles like that. What's up, everybody? What you guys think of the fights? Let me know what you guys think of the fight. I want to start a poll here in the comment section. But yeah, what did you guys think of Bivol's win over Zurdo? Good, good, good scrap, man. Bivol is man, he's the real deal, you know. Putting the poll right now so that you guys can talk about it. I think Bivol did a great job. Darted in and out very well. Was kind of bothering Zurdo. Zurdo was trying to kind of keep the distance. But Bivol is very, very good at like darting in and out, and very good of like very well aware of his distance. So, all right, guys, I put the poll up now. If you guys want to vote on that. But yeah, I really think he's very good at monitoring his distance. His arms are like he's like perfect for kind of darting in and out. Ooh, this light's kind of bright here. I feel like Yo, what's up, Kenny? Yeah, it's but it's also going to be difficult to deal with. You kind of see why Canelo had so many issues with him. Obviously, Canelo was obviously smaller as well, but I mean Ramirez was bigger, and Bivol still gave Ramirez issues. The darting in and out. He's very like well aware of his distance. He's not kind of like out of position. When he throws his shots, like when there was one point, one of the rounds, I thought Zurdo was winning that round. I don't remember which one it was, but I remember Zurdo Bivol kind of coming at him and just boom, 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 and just kept catching him at the end of his shots and was just never out of position, was always in position. So that was Bivol's a problem. Bivol's a big problem. Obviously, oh, you know what? Let me show you guys a video of Beterbiev. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but Beterbiev talked about fighting right after he fought Joe Smith. And here, let me play that for you guys just so you could see what he said, and then we can talk about it here.
Would you like Bivol down the line? Yes, because they talk always like they want to fight for next. Okay, let's do it.
How do you think that fight plays out between you and Bivol?
I don't know. It's like, but I mean, we need this fight.
Also, we know that you have nothing but respect for Joe Smith, but you did blow him in 2 rounds. Did you expect it?
No, I'm not expecting. Like for all my fights, I'm not focus on knockout or something. I try to do what we're working on like 8 weeks, and I try to do in ring those things.
With the game plan for you to kind of pop and move backwards a little bit, because that's kind of one thing like for me for the ring side, you want to box a little bit, then move the power shot and make team money again. Is that kind of the game plan?
Yeah, of course, it's game plan. Like it's not when we get film. On 8 weeks, we're working on. We was working on.
Okay. Another KO, 2 quick rounds. You're establishing yourself as a boxing power puncher. Do you have any takeaways that from this Joe Smith fight? You know, it was really quick for you.
Yeah, we will watch what my team in this fight. I mean, we will get out.
One more, guys. Arthur, did you ever imagine starting your boxing career that you would become the unified, having 3 of the 4 belts in the light heavyweight, one step closer to undisputed?
No, because when I was starting to box, my dream is to get Olympic gold medal. No, I'm about professional. I never thinking about. When I turn professional, I'm just a little bit dreaming.
How'd you feel being here at Madison Square Garden, the Hulu Theater, and the crowd sort of being
it's
for
very-
Joe Smith Jr.?
Yeah, it's very nice to have fight here. Like it's historic place. Like New York.
I'm just letting Beterbiev get to the part about Canelo, him wanting Canelo, rather not wanting
To be
Canelo.
honest, I think we can speak the same way that with him. You know, we don't looking for that. Like we work every day, the maximum that we can do. It's people that decide if they want to give him that respect or not. Like we think we're doing a good job, not too bad job right now, and we just want to continue to have success.
Same thing for you. I know you don't really care what other people think about you, but do you think people should, give your boxing a little more respect instead of just analyzing all of your knocks?
Tough question for me.
Thank you, guys. Arthur, a big money fight is obviously Canelo, but would you rather a Bivol fight over a Canelo fight just for the undisputed title?
Yes.
I just wanted to ask something.
All right, yeah, that was it. Let's see, we got some comments here. Boomerang. Why is this? Oh, stop it here. There. All right, cool. Yeah, Boomerang Zurdo is a Mexican at best version of Joe Smith Jr. I mean, Joe Smith Jr. is a two-time world champion. Joe Smith Jr. versus Gilberto Ramirez would be a great fight at light heavyweight. And they haven't fought. That would be a good fight. For kind of the reasons you're saying, part of the reasons you're saying, I'm sure, is just kind of like come forward, throw bombs, you know what I mean? I think Canelo did better than Zurdo. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree that Canelo did better. Canelo's defense was good at points, kind of against the ropes. You just kind of can't keep doing that. And then there were parts where it wasn't, where Bivol actually was putting hands on him. So, but I would agree that Canelo did better than Zurdo, which is kind of surprising. Zurdo's like a bigger fighter, longer fighter. You'd think he was able to, attack Bivol better. But yeah, I would agree with you. Gavazic was better than Bivol. I don't know. I don't know. Vazic did give Beterbiev a lot of problems. And then he got knocked out. But I remember it being like a competitive fight, from what I remember. We have to see. We got to see. I think already, Bivol probably has 2 bigger names than Vazic ever did, right? Because what's Vazic's record? I mean, wins rather, not even names, wins, because Vazic has obviously Beterbiev on his record, but he didn't win. Vazic is a cool dude. I saw him at the Usyk thing. It's Alexander, right? Let's see. me. Zurdo better than Smith. I would think so. But, I mean, Joe Smith has bigger wins, as it is now. That's a good fight. That's like a perfect. I really like that, Ziggy, that Zurdo versus Smith fight. I think. Oh, he did. You're right. You're right. He did beat Stevenson. Stevenson's a good name. It was Vazdik, huh? Wow. What I'm spelling this wrong as I'm putting it in here. Did you spell it right? I'm going to use your spelling. ZDYK. All right. Yeah, Alexander. Let's see. What's his box rec? Here, I'll pull it up for you guys to see too. All right. Let's see. Alexander Gravazdik, 17-1. That's right. He only lost that one fight. Why did he stop fighting? Or what reason did he give to stop fighting? I know I spoke to him recently. I want to say he said that I don't remember what he said. I have to re-release or just release that to begin with. Yeah, Artur Beterbiev down 3 times around 10. Yeah, that's tough. But you're right. He did fight Stevenson right there. He was the one. Wow. Oh, Gonzalez UNESCO. That's a good name. Oh, Chimbalai. All right. That'd be a good fight too, him and Ramirez. But that it'd be good to see him come back. But yeah, I think there's a lot of fun fights to make at light heavyweight. Obviously, the one we want is Bivol Beterbiev, right? Let's see here. Question: if David Benavidez went up to 175 and challenged Bivol, would he do better than Zurdo? I believe so. I believe so. Like the way David talks about sparring these guys, so I don't know. There's something I've never seen it, so I can't say firsthand. I've heard stories and stuff, but just the way David talks about when he sparred Bivol, when he sparred Ramirez, like these dudes, like there's like a quiet confidence about it, and you could kind of see it when he talks about it. It's like, oh, okay, he's not worried about it, so we'll see. But David has 168. Man. I mean, I hope to talk to David soon, but Caleb Plant at 168, that's a great fight. Caleb Plant looked much improved under the guidance of Stephen Breadman Edwards. That's a good fight. That's a great fight. I can't wait for the announcement of that one. He wasn't motivated to keep going. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, I remember it being something. I remember that last round he was getting kind of hurt, because Beterbiev was putting it on him. So I could see that making a lack of motivation for sure. You know what I mean? Especially when that guy's the guy. It's not like anyone's knocked him off since. So it's not like you could be, oh, I could fight that dude. It's like, damn, it's still him. You know what I mean? 2 slow boxers. Oh, you must be talking about Ramirez and Smith. Gavazik's a very good fighter, but Bivol has the better IQ. Right. And he just has the way he, he's never out of range when he throws his shots. I was very impressed by that, seeing that again. I forgot that he just very good at like his range, at just keeping his distance, not getting out of position. His footwork was really good. Bivol's a problem, man. Man, sparring is just sparring. You're right. I mean, you are right. But I feel like they've done it a few times and kind of, I don't know. I just again when he just had the confidence, he just had his confidence about that. I was like, all right, like he's not afraid. David's just not afraid to fight anybody, like no matter how, if they're bigger or whatever. Love that Haney Camboso. So hey, yeah, man, yeah, appreciate that. I got that at the stadium. Yeah, yeah, and somehow brought it back because it's like the hard, like it's like thick. So yeah, man, appreciate that. Yeah, it's pretty dope. I think I'm gonna ride that one out to the end of the year, and then I'll change it when 2023 comes around. But yeah, it reminds me of, man, going all the way to Australia. That was crazy. That was crazy stuff. Benavidez, WBC, and Morrell, WBA. 2 problems for Canelo. They're like the interim and what regular or whatever it is, right? Yeah. I mean, it could be Morrell. I just saw highlights of Morrell's fight. Yeah, I wasn't home, but I mean, he looked good. He got the 12-round finish, man. Got prayers out to Yorbeski, I believe his name is, that fighter who's in a coma. I believe he's still in a coma. So man, I hope he's okay. That finish was tough. He was having a tough time walking back to the corner. We obviously know why now. He was just in bad shape. So man, I hope that dude's okay. That sucks. You always hate to see that in boxing. These men are warriors, and they, just he was in there for 12 rounds, and so you gotta give respect to these men. You don't play boxing. You come out different one way or another. Obviously, he's in a bad way right now, and God bless him. I hope he can make 100% recovery. But yeah, that's unfortunate. And so, but even guys who finish fights on their feet and stuff like that, like your fighters are always different when they come out of the ring, especially in competitive fights. He sticks to the game plan. Who's that? Bivol? Oh yeah, for sure. No matter what, he unless it's not going well, but it hasn't not been going well for a while, so it's working. Whatever he's doing is working. Are you going to the Crawford fight? I believe so, man. That's something I gotta look into today as well. Originally, I was gonna go to Gallo versus Chocolatito, but I'm thinking maybe Crawford might be the one to go to. But I'm also hearing that, just rumors or whatever, but I think Earl Spence is going to go on December 17th. Now, I know that Frank Martin, Michelle Rivera fight just got announced for that day, December 17th, but I don't know. I know Earl wants to fight before the end of the year, I feel like, because he's been putting in a lot of work, and if he could get a fight in, and especially if he could knock out like one of those mandatories, like not knock out, like physically knock out, but just like kind of take care of, like a Stanionis, or obviously it's not going to be Boots, because Boots is too dangerous. Not that Earl's afraid of Boots or anything, but it's it's kind of like Boots is like the next era, you know what I mean? So I think Spence and Crawford just kind of want to, if they get it done, with finish it off kind of their era of the welterweights, and then at least Spence is going to move on because he's a big boy. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Crawford Boots, regardless of how if Spence Crawford happens or if it doesn't, because Crawford's not that much. I mean, he keeps weight pretty well, so I don't know. Shame for Adios's corner ref commission the doctors for not stopping that fight earlier. He was getting beat up. Is that he was in a bad way? I'm telling you, I only saw like kind of the last round, and it was like on a like a view from like row like 15 or something. So I don't know. That sucks. I mean, it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate overall. But he was in a bad way? He was not like in the fight really. What's that? Yeah, sad hearing about. What's up, Isidro? Yeah, man. Sad. It's sad. These men, you know, don't know what it's going to be like when they go into the ring and how they're going to come back, you know. I hope he's okay. I hope he pulls through and he's okay. Rivera going to win that fight. Really? It's a great fight. It's a great fight. I want to go to that fight. I don't know. That's a very evenly matched up fight. I feel like probably I would think Frank Martin would be favored, but who knows? It's very evenly matched. I feel like. So good for Frank Martin, man. He's on a fast track. I know he has Earl behind him. I want to say he's the only fighter other than Earl on Man Down Promotions. I want to say, and they all work with Derek. So you know, and Frank is like the real deal. He sparred Tank. He sparred Rolly, I believe, as well. So yeah, I mean, he's been on those guys' radars for a while. So you know what that means. Yeah, and he had no shot at getting back in the fight. Oh, they should have stopped it. Oh, really? It's sad, man. It's sad. That sucks. You see, though, yeah, Rivera versus Martin is going to be a mouthful. Whew, man, I'm telling you, that's a good one. That's a really, really good one. Man, it's a good fight. That's a good fight. They're both hungry. They're both. It's kind of like a statement fight for both of them. And so when you get two young guys, I want to say both undefeated, right? Let's look at those guys' box recs real quick. Let's see. Oh man, there's hella Frank Martins. That would make sense actually. What's Frank Martin's record? Nope. Oh, it's not on here. Let me see. What's Rivera, right? Let me try that dude's name. Oh, here we go. All right, Frank Martin. Let's check it out. Frank Martin, 16-0, 12 KOs. Oh, he's from Detroit. Oh, but he lives in Indianapolis. Oh, I'm asking if he's a Colt fan or a Lions fan. Oh, they don't have it on here. I thought they'd have it on here already. Yeah, that's you know, it's been raising the competition. Duno. Oh, he knocked out Duno, huh? 4 rounds. Wow. Yeah, that's a good scrap. It's a great scrap. It's good that we have like something at least as hardcore fans like, you know. Man, what's next for Morrell? I feel like he'll probably get, you know, probably like a Uskatagi fight. Maybe Anthony Durrell, maybe Andre Durrell, because Andre Durrell just got a win as well. And Andre Durrell's from Michigan, right? I don't know how close that is to Minnesota, but I mean that might sell over there. 2021 was fire for boxing. 2022 boxing straight trash. Oh man, brother. Yeah, you're we had some good fights. I mean, they weren't all bad, but I think just the big disappointment of like no Spence Crawford. You know, after that, it's not like any of us are optimistic about you know, Tank versus Ryan. It almost even worse because there's actually like a network issue involved. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro. The end of the year has been bad, 100%. I think also like there wasn't a whole lot of clamor for Canelo versus Triple G, the third fight. I mean, it still did 500,000 pay-per-views, and I think that was a rumor, right? 500,000 pay-per-views. I mean, that's the that's the most pay-per-views I want to say of the year. If I mean, maybe Bivol was more, but you know, Canelo is still the man. It just, I think that fight kind of fell flat as well. Like, I mean, it was a you know, decent fight, but it wasn't anything like that. You know, of the 3 fights, that's the one. You know, if you go back and rewatch any of them, that's the one you're probably going to watch like last if you get to it. Steve, who you got with Josh Warrington, Venado, Lopez fight? I'm dying to see Josh get better. Oh man, Venado is the real deal, bro. I thought it was Kiko Martinez. It's Venado, huh? Why did I think it was Kiko? Or maybe I just saw him beating up on Kiko on the you're right. No, I saw him beating up on Kiko on the like the little promo thing they were doing. I did not know, man, I didn't know about that one. Wow. Good for, oh, here, let me put up oops. Let me put up the box rec of Josh Warrington. So Josh Warrington, 31-1 and 1, 8 KOs. That's right. He got knocked out by Kiko, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, no, that's the win. No, that's right. He got knocked out by Lara. Lara working on a second accidental headbutt. Oh, why isn't he fighting Lara again? That's whack. Okay, and then he fought Kiko, and then wow, look at Venado. Good for Venado. That's a good scrap. That is a good scrap. I want to say Venado trains like nearby, like my crib. I'm gonna see if I could say what's up to that dude. Man, I kind of think Venado. Yeah, I kind of think Venado. Who did? Oh, that's right. Venado beat Gabe Flores to give him his first loss, and that was kind of, oh man, that was rough to watch. I feel that's another fight that I feel like should have ended way before that. Dang, look at that. He's been on a 4-fight win streak since. Oh, no, he's a 6-fight win streak because he a KO streak rather. Oh no, he decisioned. That's right. But he's been on a 3-fight KO streak since. Man, I think Venado's on a roll right now. I think he's on a roll. I think you know, I think momentum's a big thing, and I think especially after seeing like Kiko Martinez you know, beat Warrington. And you know, Kiko Martinez, I remember when Kiko Martinez fought who did he fight at the Anaheim Spectrum? It was like, was it Jorge Arce or no, it was Leo Santa Cruz. That was like a long time ago. So I think Venado's, you know, a better version of that Kiko Martinez who beat Warrington by leaps and bounds, I think. So Warrington's going to have his hands full. Horrible pay-per-views, major mismatches. Yeah, man. Yeah, the end of the year was not great. I feel like, I mean, obviously Bivol Ramirez was a great fight to make. It didn't kind of play out as like a war like we were hoping. You know, Spence Ugas was a good fight. Obviously, it's not like the fights that, you know, we want, but you know, still good scraps. What else, man? Maybe I'm trying to defend this year, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. You know, who are you favoring, Tank or Ryan? Oh man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Oh, here, how about get to the paper? Yeah, no, you're not. I mean, that was a good card. I thought that was a good pay-per-view because you had you got to see Ryle was fighting the dude. He ended up losing against that guy. That's how evenly matched up that fight was. Then you got Isaac Cruz like going on a terror on like some poor soul. That was another decent fight. Oh, Abner Matas was on the card too. It was cool seeing Abner again. But yeah, I see what you mean. The pay-per-views of I mean, that's rough. That's rough. I don't. It's tough. It's expensive to be a boxing fan. But just quickly back to Tank and Ryan. man, I talk to a lot of people. A lot of people tell me Tank. I understand why, but Ryan, what Ryan has done so far has worked for him. Like using his height, using like that speed, that left hook is hard to deal with. Um, that left hook is real hard to deal with, and he times it so perfect. I feel like when you watch younger clips of Ryan, um, even from amateurs and stuff like that, he's been throwing that left hook like that since like 8, 9 years old. And so he knows when someone's getting ready to throw, a right or whatever, and he just whack and just slams them coming in. It's a great fight. It's a great fight. Again, we didn't get Spence Crawford, who had no network issues, right? Oh, I think my mic overheated. Yeah, definitely overheated. I have this big feeling we're gonna get Modest versus Tank next. Oh, bro, I hope not. No, we can't. Don't say stuff like that. Don't manifest stuff like that. Yeah, that's. Obviously, Modest will get a big payday, but Modest is. You should probably fight Leo Santa Cruz for a third time. Third time. That's maybe a little more kind of where Abner's at. You know what I mean? And I got love for Abner, but it's just Tank is. He's what do you say? There's no safety on this Glock, and that's true. Haney versus Loma next, and winner face Shakur. Hopefully to both of those. I kind of doubt that it's gonna be. We're gonna get one of them. We're gonna get Haney. Well, I think we're gonna get Haney versus Loma. I don't think we get Shakur facing the winner of that fight next year. I'd love for that. Obviously, that'd be the best fight that can easily be made at lightweight. I just don't. I don't know. I don't see it happening. I don't. Not next year. I can see Shakur facing the winner of Haney Loma. I feel like if it's Haney, we won't get it next year, and not because Haney's hard to deal with or anything like that. I think it's one of those like, oh well, let's build it up a little bit. But both of those kids, like they want the smoke like right away. So hopefully I'm wrong, but we're at least gonna get Haney versus Loma. Pay-per-view numbers were really low this year. Yeah, it seems like top ranked PBC, DAZN, Golden Boy all lost money. It's a good. This is a good thing for next year. This is a good thing for next year, right? Wait. A correction is due. Right, I see what you're saying. You'd hope so. You'd hope so. Already, I think PBC is starting off good with the Benavidez plant. Pretty sure that's going to be a pay-per-view because you got to pay both of these dudes, and there's no way to make that amount of money back for paying both their salary. Like they're splitting a pay-per-view, I'm sure, because just the chips will fall where they may. But I think the big fight needed to be made. And I think PBC is still trying to kind of align themselves to try to get Canelo again, at least for a one-off with David. How they did with Plant. So or a Plant rematch if Plant ends up looking good against David Benavidez, or even winning again, or obviously he'd have to win. But if he were to beat David Benavidez, then all of a sudden a Plant Canelo fight rematch isn't like such a bad thing. Especially if he did it like in some dominating fashion or something, then it's, Benavidez was the guy, and Plant, has 2 wins since the loss to Canelo. So that, I could see that kind of being PBC's angle for, hey, look, David kind of fought one of the bigger names in the sport. If David looks dominating, it's not again, boom, like look how great David looked. Look what he did to Plant. And, David's very like measuring, like I feel like he kind of is like measuring stick, kind of like I could see him being like, I want to do better than Canelo did, and trying to finish. I mean, they already don't like each other. So, you know, it's not asking much for David to like want to go for the KO. I feel like that's what's going to happen anyway. He's going to try to do that anyway. So that's a good kind of little morsel to kind of put in front of Canelo to try to get him to do another, you know, one-off with PBC, because they made money, all of them. Beterbiev will stop Bivol. Man, I don't know. That's a good fight. That's kind of the best part about that fight, is I feel like it's going to go one of two ways, either like Beterbiev by KO or Bivol by decision. But man, Beterbiev is throwing hammers, man. He's throwing rocks, and it's not slow. It's not like, and he's like educated while he's throwing. He's like throwing feints. You know, it's like very smart pressure. It's such a good fight. That's such a good fight. And I'm pretty sure Bivol doesn't have any like contractual obligations like to the zone or anything like that. So, you know, that hopefully happens. Yeah, Haney and Shakur might meet at 140. Shakur face yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, right? But like Rivera and Frank Martin are both PBC, so they're not going anywhere. Especially not Martin, because Martin's with Earl Spence, and Earl Spence isn't going anywhere from Al Heyman. So he's going to guide his dude in the best way he knows how. But I think Shakur ends up getting like I know Comey just got a draw, and Cepeda's fighting. He got a draw against Jose Cepeda, and Teofimo's fighting Cepeda. I would imagine it's like a Comey or the Nakatani, the other lightweight that Top Rank has kind of in the circulation. You know what I mean? But some guy like that, so that he can kind of get his feet wet at lightweight, and and then kind of see where it goes the rest of the year. If Showtime Boxing gets KO next year, where Heyman gonna go with his fighters? I don't know. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. I've seen some of the stuff you guys have seen. I don't know how true it is again, but man, a buddy of mine, Armando out of Las Vegas, sent me a text today. Man, I gotta get back to that guy, but he sent me a picture. Here, let me. It's a Golden Boy Promotions calendar in 2014, and it has. Let's see. Can you guys see that? Oh yeah, you can see that. Has Deontay Wilder, Marcos Maidana, Danny Garcia. Who is that? Yeah, Danny Garcia, Amir Khan, Canelo, Santa Cruz, Lucas Matisse. Did I already say Deontay Wilder? Yeah. Who is that? Keith Thurman, Bernard Hopkins, Peter Quillen, and it's AB and AB and Abner Modis. So imagine that was 2014, and yeah, right. It's a calendar. It was a calendar. Yeah, incredible all the talent Golden Boy had, because remember Al Heyman was with most of his people were with Golden Boy. So yeah, that's pretty incredible. So people always want to make money, and that kind of helps people forget like the past and stuff. So who knows? But I wouldn't just, kind of call Showtime Boxing dead just yet. I think there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of fights to make. I think, who said it? Oh yeah, you did, Caballero. The numbers weren't good. Not great, not what they wanted. I think boxing fans are starting to speak and kind of being like, look, we might want to watch the fight, but like Earl Spence himself said he has a fire stick. You know what I'm saying? So Earl Spence has a fire stick. So that kind of tells you, I want to talk to Earl Spence about that. I'll be like, hey, bro, what app are you using? And which pay-per-views are you buying and which ones are you not buying? That's what I want to know. And they fumbled the ball with all them fighters. Yeah, but I mean, I think it has to get better, because I think boxing fans are speaking. They're tired. We're tired of it. has to do something. I myself am even going to lean more towards MMA in this coming year. So I hope you guys like UFC, because we're going to talk a lot more UFC this next year for sure, because I got to start making my headway, and I can't live and die by boxing, man, because boxing is on life support right now. It's hurting. All right, thank you so much, guys. Much appreciate you guys watching. If you guys make sure to hit the like button. Much appreciated always. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I'm gonna try to go live on Mondays, every Monday. I have to figure out a good time. I know Monday Night Football is kind of messing with Monday nights right now. A calendar, every fighter there gets 1 month to represent the number of fights. Oh man, that's funny. I can't even. That's funny. You say some funny shit on my laugh. That's hilarious. It's gonna get better. It has to get better. It has to get better. But in the meantime, we are covering more UFC. So I'm sure you guys are. I mean, some of you are becoming more UFC fans. I've always been a UFC fan, so we're just gonna talk about it more. Especially if Nate Diaz ends up fighting Jake Paul. Because I just had a video with Jake Paul like flipping off Nate Diaz at the weigh-ins or something, and people like that. So yeah, but much appreciate. Thank you guys all for watching. I want to say probably about 3:30 every Monday. I'm gonna try to do a show. Yeah, I think 3:30 is a good time because it starts 6:30 in the East Coast, and yeah, people are still at work, so they could hear me like in the AirPods. So yeah, we're probably going to do that, but much appreciated. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Keep supporting the channel. I'm going to be at Janabek and Sanisa's fight this weekend and get good stuff there. Hey, I appreciate you, Gabriel. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Keep sharing the stuff, like the stuff. If you guys, I'm going to try to push more on Facebook too, because I hear that's kind of where it's at. Or for some people, so we'll see. But thank you very much. Follow me on all the stuff: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Oh, I'm close to 1,000 subs or 1,000 followers on TikTok, and then I could go live. So yeah, if you guys could go to the TikTok, KO Artist Sports. All of it's at KO Artist Sports. Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. I much appreciate Hurricane Hank, Caballero. Thank you, Kenny. Jonas, Isidro, much appreciate you guys all commenting. Boomerang, Ziggy, the Masonry. Yeah, I appreciate you guys all commenting and kind of interacting. We could talk boxing. I got love for the fight game. I'm sure like you guys do. So, I love talking boxing anytime. I think I want to do a show soon talking about the best fights never made. So start thinking about your best fights never made, and be ready for when we do that one. I might add that to like next week's recap show. I think best fights never made. I like that. All right, appreciate you guys all watching. Thank you, and see you next time. Stay safe out there.